What's going on? Everybody will get started in just a minute as we get people on here. All right, we're good. All right. Welcome. Hey, this is my first weekly masterclass. So this morning, I had this harebrained idea. Actually, I had this harebrained idea a few days ago, earlier this week, late last week. And I said, I wonder what are the biggest problems that people on my list, my audience, what's the biggest problems that they're having? So I took the last 1,000 questions from my last year's worth of coaching calls. Literally, it was 1,001 questions. And I use a service that collects the questions. And I downloaded them all to a spreadsheet and I uploaded it to ChatGPT. Actually, I uploaded it to ChatGPT and Claude.ai. And I said, hey, what is the most common question that people have? What are their biggest challenges? What are their biggest problems? Struggles, And it gave me 10 problems. And then I asked everybody earlier today, in email posts and on Facebook, hey, of these 10 challenges, which are the biggest 4 for you? So here's my harebrained idea. I'm going to actually do a Masterclass Series every week. I normally don't do webinars in the evenings. I just normally don't. I don't like it necessarily, but I know more people can be on in the evenings. So starting tonight, Wednesday, July 17th, I'm going to be going live every week, and we'll see how long this goes. I'll do it for at least a month or 2 months. I'm going to be going live and every week tackling the top challenges that you guys are having with leads. With wholesaling. And it could be for houses or for land. They kind of relate together. So I'm actually going to share with you my screen here, and I'm going to be sharing with you what I am seeing here. Okay. So I'm sharing this in 2 different places. How am I going to do this? Okay, I know what I need to do. Hold on here a second here. This is live, and I'll tell you, normally I'm much more polished on a live webinar, and we hardly have anybody on right now because I literally just sent the invitation out to everybody this morning, and I've got a bunch of responses. Let's see, I had about 87 responses to my questions of what were the biggest challenges that you had, and I invited everybody who responded to join my masterclass this evening. But I literally sent out the email this morning, and I've not even announced it yet to anybody else. So let me share my screen here, and I have I want to make sure that I'm sharing my right screen with you guys. So give me just 1 second. I appreciate your patience. How does this look? Okay, good. I'm going to share this screen with you. And so I asked everybody, well, here's the survey. Let me go back here. The survey I sent everybody, I said, hey, what are the biggest challenges that you guys are having in your house or land wholesaling business? Select your top 4 concerns, the top 4 things that you would like me to teach more about. And it was market selection, how to choose the best markets or counties to target. What criteria do you use? How do you analyze market data from sources like LandWatch, Zillow, and Priced? Pricing and offers. And by the way, I'd be curious to know from you guys watching this right now, if you're watching this later on a replay, type in the chat, give me a 1, 2, 3, or 4 all the way down. Let me know what you think is most of interest to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, as I go down the list here, right? Or just type in the words. But market selection was the first option. Pricing and offers, how to determine appropriate offer prices, how to use comps, how to handle situations where it's hard to get comps. Number 3, marketing and mailing. How do you do direct mail campaigns? What do you send, letters or postcards? Which is more effective? How often do you mail? How do you get the list? Do you send blind offers or neutral offers? How do you handle follow-ups? Can you automate your follow-ups? All right. Number 4, inactive tabs got a new look. All right, whatever. Number 4, deal analysis and due diligence. A lot of you guys wanted help with analyzing specific deals, determining if a property is worth pursuing, and how to handle unique property characteristics. What do you do when a property is maybe, partial wetland or partial not, or all in wetland? I don't know. Right? The 5th one, right, is technology and tools. How do you use various software tools like FreedomSoft or Priced or Regrid or Land ID or Investor Base or PropStream, or there's 100 of them out there, as well as how do you integrate these tools with each other? Do you need all of them? Do you need one of them? Do you need 2 of them? Whatever, right? The next one is legal and business structures. How do you form LLCs? Do you need LLCs to operate in multiple states? How do you handle the various legal aspects of transactions, especially as we're coming into figuring out, all right, how do you navigate these areas where it's becoming illegal, immoral, and fattening to wholesale properties, for example, in South Carolina or Oklahoma, or where's the new state? I think, is it Georgia, where they require now that you put some kind of disclosure on all of your direct mail? Maybe I forget what state that is, but how do you handle all these legal stuff? Should you get multiple LLCs for every state that you're doing deals in? Should you have an LLC for houses? Should you have an LLC for land? Should you have an umbrella LLC over all of that? Should you have an S Corp? So yeah, good question, right? Yeah, it's a very good question. We're going to be talking about things like that in these masterclass. The next thing is selling strategies. How do you market these properties for sale? When do you use realtors? Do you use realtors at all? How do you handle owner financing deals? When you want to sell a deal on terms or owner financing, how do you do that? Do you list it on the MLS or not? Funding. Oh, this is a good one, right? How do you fund these deals? How do you find the private lenders that will lend you money on deals? How do you manage cash flow, especially for those just starting out? Do any of you guys relate to these questions? I want to see your comments in the chat. Let me know. Like, here we go. Only the real. How do you factor the cheapest sold lot when determining a market price to make an offer? Great question. Only the real. What is your real name? Listen, by the way, I appreciate your comments. And as we go through these classes, I'm going to be doing them every single week. And I want to see your feedback. I want to hear from you guys. Type in the comments, even if you're watching this on a replay later on. I'd love to know what you're thinking, what's going through your mind, what challenges are you having, what questions are you having, and how can I better help you? That's the whole goal of this. I want to help you do more deals. There is no catch, by the way, and I said this in my initial email on my Facebook post today. I'm doing these for free to anybody who's on my list or subscribe to my YouTube channel. Oh, what's up, Reggie? All right, man, that's a cool name. Okay, back to this, right? The other question that ChatGPT told me, now again, if you're joining me late, I uploaded 1,001 questions into ChatGPT and Claude.ai, and I said, hey, here are the last 1,000 questions from the coaching calls that I've done, and I've answered every single one of them. What are the most common questions? What are the, evaluate all these questions and give me the most common themes. And I'll show you what I sent a survey out to my list and said, hey, which ones are the most interest to you guys? The final one was workflow and process. A clarification on the overall wholesaling process, the order of the steps that you take. How do you manage your time and your resources effectively, especially when you're just getting started, right? So here are the results. Would you be interested in the results? All right, so I've got, let me refresh this page here. I had 87 responses. I only sent this out about, I don't know, 6 hours ago. So I'll get a lot more responses later on. But here are the top, I asked everybody, hey, what are your top 4 biggest concerns? And number 1 is pricing and offers. So guess what I'm going to be talking about today? I'm going to be talking about how to make offers on your properties. How do you determine what price to offer? And I'm going to specifically talk about land here first, but I might even talk about houses. And maybe I'll break that up in another class. I don't know. But the biggest question was, how do you determine offer prices? How do you use comps? How do you handle situations where, here it is, where it's hard to get comps? That's number 1. Cool. Would you like to know what number 2 was? Where did my cursor go? Here we go. Number 2 was this one right here. Deal analysis and due diligence. How do you analyze deals? How do you determine if a property is worth pursuing? And how do you handle, where it is right here, unique property characteristics? Great question, right? Great question. That was number 2. Number 3 was this one right here. Funding. How do you fund your deals? Oh, this one's easy. This will be probably the shortest of all my master classes. How do you work with private lenders? How do you manage cash flow, especially for those just starting out? I can understand this can be intimidating. You're just getting started in the business. You're wondering, how on earth, Joe, can I make offers on deals? You keep on saying that you can close on these deals in 30 days, but I'm new to this business, man. I don't have the resources. I can't close in 30 days. How do I get the funds to close these deals? Well, guess what? You got me. I'm in your corner. I'll fund your deals if you're a member of my inner circle. But there's also a bunch of other land funding companies, and I'll share that in this masterclass, which will probably be in 3 weeks. That'll probably be number 3. How do you get money for your deals? How do you bring the deals to guys like me who will fund the deals, partner with you on them, split the profits with you? Super cool. Now, also, you may want to learn, how do you find private lenders? How do you find somebody that will lend the deal so you don't have to go through a guy like me who's going to take a percentage of the profits? How do you find your own private investors? And I'll be talking about that as well. Let me just tell you this. When it comes to finding deals, or finding the money, that's the easy part. So finding the deals is the challenging part. When you find a good deal, listen, the money will come. That's the easy part. Finding the money. When you've got a good deal, the money will come. But we'll be talking about that in class 3. Cool? All right. So what's the next subject, number 4? Ooh, it's a close one between marketing and market selection. So, all right, number 4 is going to be market selection. How do you choose the best counties to target? What criteria do you use? And how do you analyze the market data from sources like LandWatch, Zillow, and Priced? So I'm going to be talking about that. A lot of you guys are concerned about competition. What's going on. Let me show you something too that's so cool. I just interviewed one of my clients, Rhea. Rhea, are you in the house? Are you even here? So Google this ugly guy, Joe McCall here. Go to my channel. All right, I'm live on YouTube. What's up? There's 6 of you watching right now. Nice. By the way, I've just been kind of ramping up my YouTube content. So I'd really appreciate you going to my channel and subscribing to it. Do you like my fancy banner here? I've got no text on my YouTube banner. And I don't know why. I just had this crazy idea. Like, I'm just going to keep it super simple. This is Pellegrino. Does anybody else drink Pellegrino? I don't know why I like it so much, but I've been on this Pellegrino mineral water kick. When I go to a restaurant, I'd rather have a club soda or some kind of sparkling water with a lime in it instead of a drink, like an alcoholic drink. Great stuff. I'm sure there's some health benefits, right? Because obviously I wouldn't like it and enjoy it if it wasn't healthy for you. Pellegrino. Anybody else drink Pellegrino? Type in the chat or comments down below. Okay, so go to my channel. Thank you. Sorry for the distractions. distractions here. I just interviewed these ladies right here. Oh, come on, Pace. Is this another Pace Morby advertisement? No, it's just for spa. Okay. Sorry, Pace. I've been getting a ton of Pace Morby ads on my YouTube channels lately, on my videos. But anyway, I just interviewed Rhea, Imelda, and Alexa. They made $192,000 in the last 6 months. Now, am I implying or promising that you're going to make this much money when you do land deals? No. In fact, you probably won't. But these ladies are doing it. They're kicking butt. They're taking names. And why am I bringing this up? Well, they're doing all of their deals in Florida, the most competitive market in the entire United States. And they've done over 192. In fact, let me look at my notes here. Is it 192 or 193? Same thing. Yeah, 192. $192,000 in the last 6 months. I don't know what that is an average a month, but it's a lot. Just flipping land in a very competitive market. So you need to subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out these videos that I'm doing when I'm interviewing my successful clients that are doing a bunch of land deals. And guess what? Just do what they do. It's not that hard. Just do what they do. All right. I don't have anybody on Zoom with me. What's going on, peeps? Nobody's on Zoom, but I got people on YouTube right now. I love it. Okay. Go to my YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, do a search for Joe McCall, and subscribe. I'm really trying to grow my channel. I'm putting out a lot of good content out there. And I just hired a new video editing company. And really I'm trying to take it up to the next level. Okay. All right. So where was I? Back to this. The third video is going to be on funding. The fourth video is going to be on market selection. This is why I went on that tangent with Rhea. Excuse me, that's gross. Market selection. How do you choose the right markets? We're going to talk about that in the fourth class. How do you, it's not that hard. I'm going to show you how to do all of this using free resources on the internet. You want to follow the demand. You want to follow the money. All right. And then I think what I'm going to do, let me know too, if I'm curious to know what you guys think. Type in the chat or in the comments down below. Are you wanting me to do more than just 4? Do you want me to go maybe week 5, do the 5th question, top question, week 6, do the 6th one? Let me know. All right. This was a question from Swish. Where can I find the list of questions about that particular land to ask sellers? Good question, Swish. If you comment down below, you're watching this on YouTube. If you comment in the comments down below and write down the word seller script, I will send you guys a list of the script, the questions that I ask sellers. I have a simple land kit that I give away for free. And if you type in, just comment the word script down below, seller script, in the YouTube comments, and I will send that out to you guys, okay? Good question. How do I determine the best offer price? I'm going to be talking about that, Barry. Florida is treacherous. Yeah, I bet you Rhea wouldn't say that. Oh, good. Here we go. Sandra says, that was an encouraging interview. Thank you, Sandra. Appreciate you. Oh, boy, I'm already getting it. Come on, Ewan and Brian. Seller script. Good. I'll send those to you guys as soon as I'm done here on this live video. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about what? Well, you guys tell me what you want to talk about right here. We're going to talk about pricing. How to determine the offer prices. How do you use comps? How do you handle situations where it's hard to get comps? And we're going to be talking specifically about land here, okay? How do you price your properties? This is a very simple, easy, and it's fun to do. I enjoy doing it. I'm going to be talking about that right now. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to give you a little sneak peek into my main land flipping course. And in my land flipping course, Close your eyes. I'm logging into my MindMeister. Please verify you're not a robot. All right, so in my, you know what, let me just go here to, well, shoot, never mind. In my main land flipping course, I have a course called Simple Land Flips. And here it is. I have a mind map that I go through my entire 6 or 7 module course. And I have module 1 in the foundations, module 2, module 3, module 4, etc. And so in module 4, making offers, I talk a lot about this. And I talk about looking for in fact, let's just go back here a little bit. By the way, if you want my main course, my land flipping course, I'm going to be talking about that later on at the end of this class. But one of the coolest things that I do that nobody else does, nobody. And if you can find somebody else that does this, I'll give you $100. I really, really will. I give your money back when you complete the program, whether you do a deal or not. You understand? So if you go through my program and just implement it and try it out, make at least 50 offers. You have 6 months to make 60 offers. Why isn't my video going in my background there? You have 6 months to make 50 offers, and I will refund all of your money back. To date, I've refunded over $620-something thousand in Business Completion Challenge refunds. And so I'm going to give you your money back when you complete the program and you make at least 50 offers. And I don't care if you don't even do a deal. Now, why would I do that? It's very simple. I do that because I want to invest in people who are not afraid to take massive, imperfect action. Okay? Number 2, I do it because some of you are going to bring me deals. And I want to just do whatever I can to push you out of your comfort zone. Listen, I'm giving you room to make mistakes, room to make errors, room to make bad offers. I don't care if they're all stupid offers. Send at least 50 written offers to sellers and submit within 6 months after you go through my program, and I will refund all of your money. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to show you in a little bit here the checks, pictures of over 200 people. And I've done many, many more. These are just people who gave me a picture of a check. So to date, I've refunded over $600,000 in Business Completion Challenge refunds. And my goal is to refund $1 million. So my program is not cheap. It costs a lot of money, but you get it back if you just implement the program. I'm going to pay you to complete my course and change your life forever. Does anybody else do that? No. I'm taking away the risk. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. That's how much I believe in this program, right? So I want to invest in people who take massive action, and I know some of you are going to bring me deals. I know if you're going to be happy with the course, you're going to be a raving fan and a customer for life. You're going to tell other people about me, and it's a win-win-win for everybody involved. Make sense? Okay, so today in this masterclass, we're going to be talking about making offers. How do you analyze deals? How do you analyze deals? Well, let's talk about that, shall we? This is my mind map from my actual course. And the number one rule in real estate investing, what is it? What's the number one rule in real estate investing? Is it location, location, location? All you realtors out there? Heck no, it's not. The number one rule in real estate is make offers, make offers, make offers. That's the most important thing to understand. And so and the reason why I do my business completion challenge is I want to give you guys permission to make mistakes, to make bad offers. So always be making offers. In fact, your rule of thumb, you should be making at least 2 to 3 offers every single day, right? You should be making 2 or 3 offers every day. If you're not making offers, you're not making money. Your speed to income in this business is directly proportional to the number of offers that you make. Let me say that again. Write this down. Type it in the comments down below. Your speed to income is directly proportional to the number of offers that you make. I don't know how to be any more clear than that. If you want to be doing deals, if you want to make money in this business, you need to make offers. So I want to first, right off the bat, as we're talking about how do you analyze deals, I want you to have my full blessing and permission, as if you needed it and you don't, to make offers, make mistakes, make stupid offers, okay? If you don't have this cringing check thing in your stomach, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to make them really mad if I make this stupid offer, then you're offering too much. So when you're making offers, you should feel uncomfortable a little bit. You should feel a little queasy and nervous and an upset stomach and like, oh my gosh, they're going to be so mad if I make this offer. That's good because it's a numbers game. And 1 out of every 20, 1 out of every 30, 1 out of 50, 100 offers are eventually going to be accepted, especially as you start doing follow-up. Make sense? Barry's asking, how much is the course? It's a lot. But what does it matter? You're going to get your money back when you complete it, aren't you? I'll talk about this later in the webinar, okay? Paul is right. Make offers. Ooh, Ewan's good question. How many mailers do you need to send to be able to make 2 or 3 offers a day? It depends, but I'll tell you this. If you are, you may not have to do any direct mail. One of the things that I'm probably going to be covering in Masterclass in this new series I'm doing, number 2 or number 3, is how do you do marketing? How do you get leads? And if you don't have enough money for marketing, there's a lot of things you can be doing right now today that doesn't cost you anything except a little bit of time. So I'm going to be showing you how to find leads that you can actually make these kinds of special offers on. Okay, let me fix this here so I can move this out of the way. This is fun. I enjoy doing this class. I enjoy hanging out with you guys. Are you feeling good? How are you guys feeling right now? Are you excited about this? Type in the comments right now. Say hello. Say hi. Let me know you're here. I still don't have anybody on Zoom. I have more people on Facebook and YouTube. All right, cool. So let's go back to my mind map. The number 1 rule in real estate investing is make offers. Your speed to income is directly proportional to the number of offers that you make. This is the most important metric in your business. So if you and I were to be talking on the phone, and if you and I were to be saying, if I were to ask you, hey, Joe, Jim, Mary, how's it going? How's your land investing business going? How's your house wholesaling business going? I want to hear back from you some feedback. I'm going to ask you this question. This is the most important question you need to be prepared to answer if you and I were to ever talk. How many offers have you made today? How many offers have you made this week? This is foundational, fundamental stuff, guys, right here. And here's the other thing. You should always be making an offer to every seller you talk to. Always make offers to every seller you talk to. In person, on the phone, email, SMS, text message, direct mail, carrier pigeon, smoke signals, FedEx, I don't care. All of the above. Always make offers. I make my camera big like this so just to emphasize and drive home the point. Can you hear me slam the desk? Always be making offers. Always. That's how you do deals. You should be making offers, 2 offers a day, 3 offers a day, 5 offers a day. And blind offers, neutral offers, I don't care. Just make offers. That's how you do deals. I'm a big FreedomSoft user. I love FreedomSoft. For my own business, I have a custom signature edition of FreedomSoft. And every month or so, they do a challenge called the 100 Offer Challenge. And I do that occasionally with my audience as well. And I was like, let's make a challenge to make 100 offers in 1 week. I can almost guarantee you will do a deal if you can make 100 offers. Cool? Are we on the same page? All right. Now, the other rule is you always follow up with every offer that you send every 30 days for the rest of your life or for the rest of their life. So this isn't an exact science. I want to challenge you guys as we talk about how do you make offers to sellers. Do not get stuck in analysis paralysis. This is a very tempting thing that a lot of people do, is they get stuck in over-analyzing these deals. It should just take you 5-10 minutes max. It should take you 3 to 5 minutes to come up with an offer. And again, like I said before, don't be afraid to make low-ball offers. Don't be afraid to make bad offers. And here's the cool thing about my contracts, is you can always back out of the deal if you have to, if you made a bad deal. Now, you should know within 2, 3, or 4 weeks whether you made a bad offer or not, but you have 90 days to close if you use my contracts. And guess what, guys? You're going to make people mad. Get used to it. Don't worry about it. If you want to make friends, go get a dog. I think it was Harry Truman that said that. You're in this business to make money, not make friends. Cheers to that. Are you in this business to make friends? No, I don't think so. You're in this business to make money. So why do you care what the seller says when they look at your offer? So many of you guys are afraid. You get paralyzed in this fear. It just freezes you. Like, how can I make this lowball offer to the seller? It's going to make them so mad. This is what I do. When I'm talking to sellers, I give them a warning in advance. I say, listen, I'm not a retail buyer. I'm not going to pay you anywhere near full price. In fact, my offer is probably going to make you really mad. So I'm just going to give you a warning in advance. I'm in this business to make profit. I've got some kids and a wife to feed. Like, I need to bring home the bacon. You know what I'm saying? So my offers, I have to make a profit. If you want full retail, Mr. Seller, you should list it with a realtor. In fact, why haven't you listed it with a realtor yet? Why don't you list it with an agent? But if you want the easy button, if you want cash, you want me to close in 30 days, then I'm your guy. But I'm going to, in exchange for the speed and convenience of selling this property really quickly, I'm going to give you a low price. My price isn't for everybody, right? If you've got the time, you should list it with a realtor. But if you're willing to, if you want to just get rid of this thing, I'm the easy button. I can pay you cash. I can close quick and give you a fair price. Does that make sense? So don't worry about making people mad. You're going to. It's just part of the business. You're in the business to make money, not make friends. And the other thing is that as we talk about making offers, you got to understand it's a numbers game. And this is why I'm so adamant on tracking. This is the most important KPI, key performance indicator. How many offers have you made in the last week, in the last 30 days? You're probably going to get 1 out of every 30 offers accepted, let's say. Maybe more, maybe less, but it will happen. Do not quit this business until you've made at least 100 offers, okay? And I'm not talking about blind offers where you just you can send out 100 blind offers in 5 minutes. I'm talking about making offers where a seller responds to your marketing or you talk to them first. So you've got to be committed to this for the long haul. Make sense? Are we all on the same page? Type in offers in the chat or in the comments down below if you feel me. Are you smelling what I'm stepping in? I know that's gross. I don't care right now. Are you smelling what I'm stepping in? Are you picking up what I'm laying down? Type in the comments right now. I see a lot of you are on YouTube. I don't know where my people are on Zoom. Oh, I got one. Tom just showed up. What's up, Tom? Ewan gets it. Offers. Make offers. That's absolutely right. Isaac is saying, hey, this is very helpful. I was just talking to my brother about starting a business, buying and selling land. And then this live shows up. Come on, Isaac. Love it. Okay. Very cool. Let's get back to the stinking mind map. I mean, this isn't a stinking mind map. This is gold. This is gold stuff here, right? So we're talking about making offers. And there's some important rules and some minimum criteria you need to have in your mind when you are making offers. I see a lot of people making this mistake when they're just getting started, right? They don't have the minimum profit targets, the minimum criteria. They're just going out there making offers. And you need to understand okay, I'm not going to chase stupid deals. I'm not going to make offers that don't make sense. Now I'm giving you permission to make offers that don't make sense. But I mean, generally speaking, right? You need to have some minimum basic rules, some minimum criteria. Okay. Now, what are these? I want to challenge you when you're making offers. And we're going to be talking about how to make offers, how to evaluate deals here. It's just going to take me a few minutes to share this. Okay. Because Annette gets this. Look at this. Super inspiring. Thank you. All right. I want you to shoot for minimum profit of $10,000. Minimum profit of $10,000 on your deal. I see this happen a lot of times when people are just getting started in the business. They're just getting going. They're like, oh, this is exciting. This is fun. Joe, $3,000 can make a huge difference in my life, right? That's $36,000 a year. $3,000 on one deal. If I can do 2 of those a month, that's $6,000 a month. That's life-changing. That's awesome. Here's the problem, though. When you start shooting for $3,000, you're compromising on the minimum profit targets where you should be targeting $10,000, because sometimes you're only going to make $5,000 on profit. Sometimes you'll make $15,000. Okay, but sometimes what I see beginning investors make is when they're calculating their offers, they're being too I don't want to say conservative. They're hoping that the property sells for way higher than it really should. And so what happens is, for property sells, if you think a property could sell for $20,000 to $30,000, vacant land, okay, $20,000 to $30,000, you'll try to list it for $30,000, hoping that you can get the upper end of that, right? Well, but chances are you're not going to be able to sell it for $30,000, and you're going to have to drop your price down to maybe $25,000 or $22,000. And then you're looking at, man, I only have room for $3,000 profit, and you don't have room to bring it down. So here's the point I'm trying to make is always be trying to shoot for a minimum of $10,000 profit. Minimum. The Rhea that I was just talking about, right here on my YouTube channel, I just interviewed her, right? Her and her team. They just changed their minimum parameters. Oh, who's this guy? They just changed their minimum profit target to $20,000. Get out of here, whoever that is. They just changed it to $20,000. It used to be $10,000. So the more deals you do, the more you're going to start increasing your profit. So this affects the offers that you make. Here you go, Josh. He gets it. I really want to be making 20 to 30K with aim of hitting 85K a month. You're not going to get 20 or 30 grand a month if you're shooting for $2,000 or $3,000 profit on these deals. I remember when I was just getting started in this business, people were telling me, hey, you'll be lucky if you make $3,000 on a wholesaling deal. That's the average in St. Louis, Missouri. What a bunch of BS. That's not the average. That's the average if you choose to accept it. So you need to start, when you're looking at analyzing deals, you need to start with a minimum profit in your calculations of $10,000. Okay, and then you need to factor in closing costs. And I have a spreadsheet. I'm going to share this with you too. And if you want my spreadsheet, by the way, for making offers, just type in the chat, offer spreadsheet, and I'll make sure I send it to you, okay? So you got to factor in closing costs. You got to factor in realtor commissions. You got to factor in, $500 for taking pictures and drone photography. You got to figure 2 to 5% oops factor, I call it. And you need to never offer more than 50% of what you can sell the deal for. So if you think you can sell the deal for $20,000 to $30,000, you need to think, okay, I'm going to sell it for $17,500. And what's 50% of $17,500? Well, 17,500 divided by 2. So you should be offering max $8,750. Does that make sense? Okay. Cool. So those are important things. Now, again, going back to what we're trying to do here, you guys, I'm answering the question here. How do you determine how to make the appropriate offer prices on properties? Cool. One of the things I have in my course, I'm just going to show this to you. And this is my land. Again, I'm gonna at the later part of this class, I'm going to be giving you. I'm going to be showing you how you can get my program, and how you can get all your money back when you just complete it and make at least 50 offers. But right here in miscellaneous, I have this thing called this simple land offer sheet. Okay. And so there's a couple things here. We want to determine the value. What's the value of the property? And I'll walk through some examples here. And in fact, while I'm doing this, somebody please type in the chat, whether you're watching me on Zoom or Facebook or YouTube right now. Type in the chat and let me know. Give me a state. Give me a state that you want me to look at deals in. Okay. So one of the things that I'd like to do is I like to look at what's the value of the property? What could I sell it for based on active comparables and sold comparables? Active comparables are properties that are currently active on the market for sale, and solds are properties that have recently sold. And so I want to look at what's the average price per acre of a current property on the market that's actively listed, and what's the average price per acre of sold properties in the last 3, 6, 12 months. And so I'm going to come up with two different numbers. Numbers based on what's the value based on active comps, based on sold comps. Make sense? All right. And many times you're going to have two different numbers. Last time I was using the spreadsheet, I came up with two different numbers. Based on sold comps, the property is worth about $13,000 an acre. Based on active comps, it's worth about $24,000 an acre. And then I discounted it 15%. So now I've got two numbers, widely very different numbers. And this is one of the things about land that you need to understand is it's a lot different than houses. So I'm going to choose the lower one. In fact, based on sold comps, it's worth maybe 188. So I'm going to list it for 175. I want to, in this case, because it's a more expensive property, I want a minimum of $20,000 profit. I'm going to pay a realtor 6% commissions. I'm going to pay a private investor maybe $3-4 grand. Let's pay a private investor $5,000. Why not? I'm going to have an oops factor of 2%, $500 for photos. There's no back taxes. I'm going to figure $2,000 in closing costs. So if I subtract all my numbers there, again, if you want this spreadsheet, type in offer spreadsheet in the comments down below. Okay. So if I want to, I'm going to offer 133, but I like big buts. I cannot lie. But this is an important but. Sorry, that was inappropriate. Inappropriate, Joe. That's at 76% of this value. 76%. For vacant land, you got to understand, we need to be more conservative. We need to be more aggressive in our pricing when we're doing vacant land than we are with houses. Why? Because there's a smaller pool of buyers for land than there is for houses. So this is really critical to understand. With land, the typical Mayo formula, ARV times 70% minus repairs, minus your wholesale fee, etc. You can't do that same formula with land. You need to be, instead of 70%, you need to be like 50%. So going back to the spreadsheet, generally speaking, you don't want to be more than 50 or 60%. So in this example, if I'm going to sell it for 175, which is an aggressive price, my max offer needs to be like 87 to 105,000. Now this particular spreadsheet here was for a deal that I was reviewing for one of my clients, Amy, and she actually offered 90 grand. So we were just talking about this about an hour or two ago. I think she made a great offer, $90,000. Now, can she sell it for 180? I don't know. It's partial wetland, but with land, generally speaking, the most you want to offer is 50%. You with me now? Okay. So, only the real, and his name was, he told me what your name was here. Where are you, brother? You typed in your name. I don't see, Reggie. Yeah, Reggie said Florida. So let's take a look at Florida. I think sometimes the best way to show you how to make offers, how to evaluate deals, is to actually look at some. Would you agree? Okay. So let's go to Florida. Reggie, thank you, Reggie. Okay. One of the things I like to do, let's just go to homes.com. Actually, no, let's go to Redfin. I like Redfin a little better there. You know what? Let's do this. What are the best counties in Florida to target? I'm going to give you guys a quick little hack here. How do you find the best counties in Florida to target? One of my best resources that's free is listsource.com. And this is something I dive deep in my courses on, right? So if you go to listsource.com, you can create a free account. And I'm going to pretend like I'm buying a list, okay? Now, I'm going to be going through this kind of fast, so make sure you just watch this later, pause it, kind of go through it a little bit. But I'm going to create a list. I'm going to pretend like I am buying a list, but I'm not actually going to buy it. All right, so I'm going to go to create your own geography. Let's go to Florida, state, and then I'm going to go to Florida. And the whole point of what I'm doing here is I want to pull a list, quote unquote, of the properties that have sold in the last 6 months, 3 months, let's do 3 months, that have the most active solds, okay? Jamal here says Broward County, but does Broward County actually a good county for vacant land? Is that a county where we see a lot of recent solds for vacant land, right? Here's the point of what I'm trying to do here. I want to follow the demand. I want to follow the money. I want to know where are people buying or selling land right now. I don't want to try to invent a new market. I don't want to find a hidden gem. I want to go where, I want to be the fly on the elephant's back. I want to go where there's already a bunch of money flowing into these markets. Does that make sense? Okay. So in Florida, I'm going to go to Florida, and then I'm going to go here to property. I'm going to do property type. Let's go to vacant land. Vacant land, cool. And then I'm going to go to last market sale date. I'm going to do last 3 months. Holy smokes. 18,000 in the last 3 months. That's a lot. Scroll down. This is Florida. In the last 3 months, vacant land. Now, corporate owned is excluded, right? So I'm going to go here to options, and I'm going to say corporate owned, no preference. 28,000. That's a lot. Now, which county has the most activity of those 28,000? Well, let's check it out. I'm going to click right here, purchase list. Hopefully this works. Purchase partial list. Custom selection. I want to group this by county. And now you can see there's a table here, 67 records of all of the transactions that have sold. Now, Lee County is up there, 3,800. So kind of the secret to making this work, guys, is making sure you're setting yourself up for success. You're going into the right markets, right? So I'm going to export this into a spreadsheet. I'm going to email it to myself right here. And you're not going to see this right now, but I'm emailing this to myself. Okay, let me type in Gmail if I can do that. Here we go. Looks safe. Boom. Open with Google Sheets. Uh-oh. Did it work? Did I screw it up? Hold on, guys. Let me ListSource just emailed this to me. Okay, it's opening up. Boom. Okay, here it is, right here. I'm just going to do a little spreadsheet stuff. Spreadsheet Magic. So this is the county, and this is the total for each county. And I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to sort it from high to low. So the most popular county is Lee County. This is just the last 3 months. Marion County, Polk, Charlotte, Pasco, Manatee, Sarasota, Brevard, St. Lucie. Boom, boom, boom. So somebody here said Broward County. All right. Is Broward County a good market? Maybe. But where is it on this list? I'm going to look. Broward is 27. It's actually row 28, but I've got one row here as a header. So is Broward County a good county for vacant land? Yeah, maybe, maybe not. But one of the things one of the reasons why I don't like Broward County, let's look at a map. It's too much city. When I'm doing land, I want to be more rural. I like more rural markets. It's too much Fort Lauderdale. And the rest of this is like natural wildlife management area, Everglades, whatever. This may be a great market for houses, but for land, I want to be more rural. Okay. Good guess, though. Good guess. One of the things I like to do is do what I call, I want to look at percentages of what percentage of activity has happened in this county. So I'm going to do equals that divided by 28762. Is that what it was? Yeah, 28762. Okay. And bring that all the way down. And then I want to do the cumulative. All right, so I'm going to copy and paste all the way down. Now, what do I have here? Let me bring this over here. So I have incremental and cumulative percentages, right? So if you look at these 9 counties right here, okay. In these 9 counties here, that's where 51% of all the activity is happening. If you look at these, let's add these other 2 here, that's where 60%. So instead of doing a spray and pray type of approach, I want to be laser focused on the most active markets. Now, having said that, Lee County, Marion County, Polk County, Charlotte County, they're very competitive. There's a lot of investors going into those markets. So I'd rather not be in the most competitive market, although you certainly can do deals there. But I don't know. Let's just go to number 5 here. Pasco County. Pasco County. What's going on in Pasco? Where is Pasco County, you might say? I don't know. Pasco County, Florida. Oh, right north of Tampa. That's a good market. I'm in Redfin right now, by the way. Let's look at solds in the last 3 months. Home type, land. 151. Is that a good number? I think so. It's not bad. It's good. So for me personally, I like the counties that are outside of the suburban area. They're more rural, cheaper land. I like cheaper land. But maybe that's not cheap enough. I just lost my tab there. There we go. What about Manatee County? Oops. Manatee County, Florida. That's south. Oh, I like this a little better. You know why? It's maybe a little more rural. And we go home type land. We're still at sold in the last 3 months. 90, that's good. That's a good number. Last 6 months. So what am I trying to show you here? Well, you know what? If I get a deal under contract, if I get a vacant land deal under contract in Manatee County, Florida, am I going to be able to sell it quickly? Yes, I think I am. Okay, let's look at one more county. Sarasota. Let's look at Osceola. Osceola County, Florida. South of Orlando, 400. Ooh, that's actually more, isn't it? According to Redfin in the last 3 months. Osceola County. Do you think there's more competition from other investors in Osceola County? There's less competition than there is in Lee and Marion. There's still a lot of competition, but I like Osceola County. All right. What do you guys think? I like Osceola County. All right. Now, I could, if I want to start making offers, I could pull a list of all of the landowners in Osceola County, but I want to let's focus in on specific zip codes. What if we could focus on, all right, only the best zip codes where most of the activity is happening? How do you do that? Well, let me show you. Here I am in Redfin. This is all free, by the way. Let's go last 3 months. There's 176. Now, the reason why I changed it from 6 months, because it's 6 months, there's 400 comps. When you go in and download properties in Redfin, right here, there's this download button. You can only download 350 at a time. So sometimes I like to maybe eliminate. I need to get this down as close to 350 as I can. What if we eliminate anything that's sold over? Let's eliminate anything that's sold over 500,000, because we just like cheap land. There, I got it at 350, 338. Hot diggity dog. Okay. And you know what? I also don't like cheap land. So let's look at everything that's sold over $20,000, like super cheap. I don't want the super cheap stuff. All right, there's 293 homes. You could even what's your sweet spot? Let's say your sweet spot is 150,000. So anything between 20,000 and 150,000, where are those properties being bought and sold at? Now I have 127 here. Okay, nice. And let's go last year maybe. Now I got 259. You see what I'm doing? Instead of just spraying and praying in the whole county, there's probably 10 zip codes in that county. I want to target just the most specific zip codes. All right, so let's scroll down here. This is Redfin data. It's all free. I'm going to click download all. And that stuff I was showing you on ListSource is all free. All right, I'm going to open this up. And let's open this up in Google Drive. I'm going to show you what I'm trying to do here. I'm going to upload that spreadsheet I just downloaded. This is the Real Estate Investing Mastery Podcast. All right, so this is all of the property from Redfin that have sold in the last, whatever I said, 3-6 months. There's 260. What are the most popular zip codes you're saying? Let me show you. Right here, I'm going to go to this column, column G. And this is one of the things I love about Google Sheets. I just go right here to data, column stats. Look at this. The most popular county, zip code, 34758. Number 2 is 34773. And 34771. 34758, 34773, okay, isn't that cool? Let's make this column here currency column. And we have lot size right here, don't we? So let's add, that's in square feet. So let's make this acres. That's a simple formula, equals that divided by 43,560. All right, so these are the acre sizes. I'm going to do something here where I'm going to kind of just clean all of this up a little bit. Let's remove all of the zero, like the super small ones. Let's eliminate, well, I already did, didn't I? The real expensive ones, cool. And, okay, I'm going to do something else here. Let's do I'm going to do a price per acre. Where's my sold price? There it is. Okay, so I'm going to do a minimum price per acre. Oh, shoot. What did I just do? I don't know. I'm going to do price per acre equals price divided by acres. And let's sort this from high to low, and let's just eliminate the really high expensive ones here. And let's also eliminate the real cheap ones maybe. I'm just trying to get rid of the outliers. Okay, let's go back to data, column stats. If I click on the acres column right here, and I'm in column stats, the average acre size is 0.76. The median is 0.28. Now you might want to, let's eliminate maybe the really large properties as well here. So I might eliminate anything above 5 acres. Okay, so go back to, I'm in the acres column. My average is 0.64 acres. My median is 0.26. So, okay, let me ask you something now. If we were going to target this county, and I already forgot the county's name. Osceola. Okay, sorry. If I were to go into Osceola County and I'm pulling a list of sellers to market to, should I be targeting like only 2+ acres? 1+ acres? No. The median, which is a better average in a certain sense, is 0.26. I need to be targeting, these are infill lots, aren't they? We're not going to be targeting large recreational land. We're going to be targeting infill lots. So if I'm looking for properties in Osceola County, right, I'm not going to be, again, like I said already, I'm just repeating myself. I'm not going to be targeting the real big properties. And when I'm making my offers, I click in the column O. Look at this. My average and median price per acre, they're very similar, is $215,000. So I'm going to be selling my deals at about $215,000 an acre. Let me go to the calculator here. So if I'm selling it for $215,000 an acre and I have a little quarter acre lot, I'm going to be selling it for about $53,750. All right, and if I'm selling it for $53,750 and I want to make at least $10,000 wholesale fee, and I'm going to pay a realtor 10% generous commissions, and I'm going to pay, private investor $3,000, and I got maybe $1,500 in closing costs, I'm going to be offering about $26,000 on that property. Do you get where I'm going with this? All right. Okay. Good. But this is just helpful to get. This is all like deep market intelligence. I'm now focusing on the top zip codes. I went to Redfin. I looked at this county. I want the top zip codes. I want to know, all right, based on all this data that I'm doing, what's the best zip code to target? Data, column stats. The best zip codes right here, where most of the activity is happening. And then what's the average price that these things are selling for? $59,000. I like this market, right? What's the average size? 0.26 acres. The average price per acre is about $215. Usually, again, when I'm looking at the average and the median, I usually just take the lowest one. So the lowest is 0.26 acres. That's what I'm targeting. The price per acre, I'm targeting $215. All right, cool. So why did I do all of that? This is kind of foundational. When you're evaluating properties, you need to know what's selling in the area. You need to know if the average properties that are selling there are 0.26 acres and you have a 0.01 acre property or you have a 10 acre property, it's going to be a little bit harder to sell possibly because that's not what everybody's buying there. So when you're going into a market and you're making offers, you want to make sure there's, number one, there's high demand. And number two, you want to make sure you're focusing in on the areas where there's high demand. So it's like this bell curve, and you want to make sure the properties that you're making offers on, that you're targeting, are in that the tallest part of that bell curve. Okay? You want to make sure they're in those top zip codes. They're priced right there where people are already buying them. Okay? Then when you make your offers, you're going to know what people are already paying because you went right here to Redfin. And you're seeing who's buying and selling these properties. You click on this and you're going to see right here, oh, okay, this realtor, it was sold with Nikisha. This property was listed with Darren Crane and bought with Darren Crane. So when you get a deal under contract, the first person you're going to call is Darren Crane at 407-343-8137. You're going to call these guys and say, hey, I've got a deal. You might be interested in it. I'll pay you 10% commissions. Do you want to talk? I'm going to have to get another water in a few minutes because I'm super thirsty. Okay. So let's find a deal. Let me just touch base with you guys here. Look at the comments here. How are we doing? Bob thinks I'm an Excel wizard. And I know I went through that fast, but if you can't do what I just did, that's fine. Find somebody on Fiverr to do it for you. I always say, don't try to fix your weaknesses, outsource them. So find a kid, grandkid, a nephew, and find somebody that can do Excel and do all that stuff I just did, and just give them this video and say, hey, watch this video and do what Joe just did. Are we good? All right. Let me know what you think. Type in the chat and comments. I'm wanting this to be interactive, and I'm already an hour and 7 minutes in. I've got a bunch of people joining me in Zoom. So what's up, guys? I got a bunch of people watching me on YouTube's, and I got a bunch of people on Facebook. Oh, come on, John. This is Gold Joe. I was blind, but now I see. Maybe. Okay. Now, this is a great question I'm getting from Debbie here in Zoom. Hey, this is great, but like, what happens when you can't find comps on a property? Well, guess what, guys? I just solved that problem, didn't I? Because we're only targeting properties where there are already a lot of comps. We're targeting this county, Osceola, Florida. Okay? And this county, remember, let me get to my screen here. Remember here? Here? This was one of the top counties in the entire state of Florida, from the most sold in the last 6 months. Guess who's not going to have this problem of not finding enough sold comps? This guy. This guy's not going to have any problems finding comps. Why? Because I'm only going into markets where there's already a lot of activity going on. So it's going to be much easier for me to find comps, for me to find realtors, for me to find private investors, for people that are willing to fund my deals, for people that will partner with me on deals. Do you see why I'm going? This is why I'm spending so much time kind of diving deep into this, is because I'm setting you up for success. If you target where the demand already is, this makes everything so much easier. Okay? All right. Now we're here we're in Redfin. We're in Osceola County, right? I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I want to find an example property to evaluate. I'm going to show you how I evaluate deals and how I make offers on deals. So I'm going to look at for sales in this market. I want to look at properties. I don't want the cheap, super cheap ones. I don't want the real expensive ones. And I'm going to go to here to all filters. And I'm going to scroll down. And I'm going to say time on Redfin longer than 90 days. You know, if a property has been on the market more than 90 days, why do you think it hasn't sold yet? Type in the chat. It's just overpriced. They're wanting too much money for it. Maybe it's in a complete wetland, FEMA flood zone, which the whole state of Florida is a wetland pretty much. But, you know, maybe there's something wrong with it. Maybe it's next to a trash dump, nuclear waste facility. I don't know. But they say in land, there's a pig for every barn. So there is a price that these properties will sell for. And the reason why these properties haven't sold yet is because they're overpriced. So I'm just looking here. Okay, let's look at any property that's been on the market over 90 days. In fact, let's do something else even just for, I almost said a bad word. You know the poop and grins? Okay. Let's look for a word. Let's look for listings that have the word motivated in them. There's one property that has the word motivated. Oh, I wonder why. Look at this obnoxious property. This is weird, isn't it? I would not buy this one. But look at this vacant lot. That is odd. Who would buy that? You know, if I were talking to that seller, I would probably get it under an option contract and just contact this owner and see if they wanted to buy it, or one of the other owners nearby, and you know, the neighbors. And if I couldn't sell it to one of these neighbors, I would probably just cancel my option agreement. Who did this plot map? Who did this? Wow. Okay, anyway. Yeah, the reason why these properties aren't selling is because they're overpriced. But so this is one of the strategies that I'll be talking on another class. What do you do when you don't have enough money to do a bunch of direct mail? How do you make offers? And one of the things you like to do is go in and look for these properties that that are overpriced, that haven't sold yet. So, you know, one thing I could do, by the way, is like just remove outline and zoom out a little bit. Look at this. There's 69 properties, vacant lots that have the word motivated in them. And what if I also then say, all right, show me that have been on the market more than 30 days. 64 vacant lots in this area that have not been on the market, that have been on the market over 60 days and have the word motivated in them. Let's look at maybe this one right here. 9,100 square feet. That's about, you know, 0.23 acres maybe. Owner motivated to sell. Why hasn't this property sold yet? It's been on the market 239 days. It's overpriced. They're just asking too much money for it. But I could probably sell it for $15,000, which means I would probably offer $5,000. So Joe, are you saying you would offer $5,000 on this property that's listed for $25,000? Yeah. On every day that ends in Y, I would. But we'll talk about that later. All right, so we're in. Remember, we were looking at those zip codes, the best zip codes. What did I wrote down right here? Remember, we did data column stats, and the most popular is 34758. Okay, so what if we go in here to Redfin? 34758. We drill down into that zip code. And instead, let's go here to time on Redfin more than 90 days. Let's remove that word motivated. And let's do price reduced in the last 30 days. All right, there's only one. And it's that obnoxious, stupid one. All right, so let's maybe do something else. Let's do... let's just remove the price reduced. There we go. There's a colorful property right here. But these are, there's 14 properties now that have been on the market for a while and they haven't sold yet. What's going on? And this is a hot market. Here's another property. Is this a thing? Is this a thing in Florida where they're selling land behind these houses? Like, look at I guess people are doing it. Look at this one right here. And this one right here. And this one right here. And this one right here, this is a thing. Have any of you guys seen this before? Look at this. This house sold right behind that one. Wow. I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it with my own eyes. So, all right. Why hasn't this property sold yet? This is in a hot zip code. They're asking $63,000 for it. It's been on the market for 528 days. It's obviously overpriced. So what price would you need to be at to sell this property? Let me show you how I make offers. Yeah, so RE Retainer here says, I wonder how they get plumbing back there. Usually it's an issue with ADUs unless planned well. So that's a good point. But you know what? I'm looking here at the satellite image. Let me just click here. And let's go to satellite. And let's zoom in. It's happening on this block. Look at this. There. There. And there's some kind of canal here. It's probably dry. Look, it's happening there. I have never seen this before. This is the most weird thing. Are these like ADUs for these people in Florida? Or is these like real houses with different owners? Maybe they need to do more of this in California. That's the most bizarre thing. That would, as a homeowner, that would freak me out. I would not want somebody building a house in my backyard. But that's a thing. Okay, all right. So this house, this vacant lot right here has been on the market for over a year, almost 2 years. Just a lot subdivided into 2 lots. Okay, I guess that's normal out in this area. Yeah, so I'm not, those other homes that were built back there, they found a way to get utilities, so not a big deal. Let me walk you through how I would make an offer on this property. Okay, because that's the whole point of what we're talking about. How do you make offers? And then I'll do another example here. And you know what, I might do, no, okay. I was going to say I'm going to do another property that I was looking at earlier today, but I'm a little concerned that that's a property that's currently under contract, and I don't want to disclose anything that I shouldn't be disclosing. So this is a property right here that I want to make an offer on, and so I might call the realtor, George Reed, and talk to him. I have another YouTube video where I talk about how to talk to realtors, by the way. And if you just put in the chat down below, what's that video where you talk to realtors, how you talk to realtors? Put a chat in the comments, and I will send that your way, okay? All right, so I want to make an offer on this property. I'm going to click on this map right here. Now, this is 10,367 square feet, okay? 10,367 divided by 43. 10,367 divided by 43.56. It is 0.234 acres. 0.24 acres. 0.24 acres. The first thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to give you this spreadsheet here. This one right here. Nope. Not that one. Got a lot of spreadsheets. This one. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to figure the value based on active and sold comps. And by the way, if you have my course, you already have the spreadsheet. And if you don't, I'll send this to you for free. Just type in the words, if you're watching this on YouTube's, just type in the word offer spreadsheet, and I'll send this to you, okay? So we're going to look at the value based on active comps and the value based on sold comps. We're going to figure out what we could sell it for. And then we're going to subtract our numbers. And that's how we're going to come up with an offer. That's the whole point of what we're trying to do here. So let me drag this over here. I'm going to drag my cell. Okay, so I want to make an offer on this property. I'm going to click on this map. I'm going to click on nearby homes for sale. this is your homework. I want you to get good at Excel. I'm sorry. I want you to learn how to get good at Redfin. Redfin is a very common website. Oh, good. My son just texted me. My son, who has just turned 19, is traveling with two of his friends to Wyoming right now. And they just texted me that they just got to the Grand Tetons. I wonder if he knows. I think he does, but what the Grand Tetons actually means. Okay, Joe, focus. Now, my property is right in the center of that map, right there. So I'm just going to start zooming out. Let's look at active listings, and I want to look at pendings, and I only want land. Let's go to filters here. Remember we said our property is 0.24 acres. Lot size minimum 9,500, maximum let's do half acre. So I'm only wanting to look at comps between like 0.22 acres and 0.5 acres. Okay, so this is for sale, active, pending, and all that. Land only, and between 9,500 square feet and 0.5 acres. If you want bigger parameters, just make it bigger. You know, sometimes I don't like really tight filters, so you'll just play with it. I want you to get familiar with Redfin because that's the best way to price properties is to look at what similar properties are currently selling for and what they've sold for recently. All right, so I don't have any comps here except that one, right? So I'm going to zoom out. All right, I got some more. I'm going to sort this table from low to high. Ah, look at this. This one's pending, but they were asking 42,500. This guy's trying to get 63. This guy's trying to get 71. I'm going to zoom out again. Now I got more comps. Boy, look at this. All right, this is perfect example. Here's a property, same size, about a little bit bigger. This just blows me away. I know this is common in Florida, but these lots, they're like behind these other lots. Whatever floats your boat. They're selling these things, but they're asking $40,000, right? So ask yourself, why would somebody want to pay? And this is when I'm talking to these realtors, I'm asking them, why would I want to pay $63,000 for your lot when I can buy this one that's even a little bigger for $40,000? All right, so there's 8 comps here. I want a little bit more, so I'm going to zoom out one more time. Now I have 12 comps. And sometimes I go in here and I sort by high to low to see are there any properties I want to take out of my comps. Now let's keep it in there, okay? Sort low to high. There is a tool called it's a pebble scraper tool. Now some of you can't see this, but I'll do a screenshot here and I'm going to bring this down and I'll show you what I'm looking at here. Let me screenshot this. This is a Google Chrome extension. It's free from Pebble. So just Google Pebble Chrome extension, and using the Chrome browser, you can get this thing. And see this little icon right here? It's a Pebble Chrome extension. When you click that, it scrapes everything on the right-hand side, and it gives you the average and median price per acres. So I'm going to use 216,820 for my average price per acres. 216,820, and my property is 0.24 acres. So based on active comps that I scraped from Pebble here, 216,820, it's worth about $52,000. Now I discount active listings by 15%, so it's worth about $44,000. Now let's look at sold comps. I'm just going to go right here to solds. 3 months, that's a good number of activity. Let's go 6 months. I'm going to go the last year because the more I want as many cheap comps as I can. So I'm going to go solds in the last year. 48. Maybe that's too many, so let me zoom in a little bit. Now I have 20. Okay, good. Now I'm going to do that pebble scraper again. Now I have, well, you know what? Let me sort from high to low. And I'm going to remove the really expensive ones here. Why did those, I don't want to look at, you know, I don't, mine's definitely not anywhere near $88,000. So I'm going to exclude anything above 70 grand. And I'm going to zoom out one more time. Okay, so I'm trying to look for similar comps. And I'm going to do the scraper again. And this is what I get. I'll screenshot it for you guys. This is what I'm looking at. So I have an average price per acre of all of those solds of $183,542, $183,542. So I'm going to go right here, $183,542. So based on active listings that I discount 15%, it's worth about $44,000. Based on sold comps, it's worth about $44,000. So I might sell it for 44 grand. Now let's look, okay, what does my competition look like? So if I go back here, let's look at solds and actives and pendings. I'm looking at this thinking, nah, you know what? I need to price mine cheaper than this one. I'm going to zoom out one more time a little bit here. This is pending. Oh, look at these pendings. They're all right around 30 grand, aren't they? Oh my goodness. Maybe I need to be around 30 grand, huh? I'm putting myself, this is really important to understand. This is the most important concept to understand when you're pricing properties. Put yourself in the mind of the buyers. I'm going to repeat this because it's so important and a lot of people don't understand this or forget it. Put yourself in the mind of the buyers. There's a lot of buyers out there looking for land right now in Osceola County in this zip code of 34758. Put yourself in their brain. What's going to make them, excuse my French, what's going to make them wet their pants and be like, oh my gosh, drop everything they're doing to go make an offer on your property right now? You don't want to push the limits. You don't want to try to sell it for as much as possible to make the most profit. You want to price it aggressively to sell it quickly in 1 or 2 months. Make sense? All right. I want you to write that down because some reason when I'm coaching clients, people in our community, and they're like, I'm having a hard time selling this property. And I dig into it and I'm like, why did you think you could sell it for 50 when there's similar properties currently for sale for 40? Oh, I guess I didn't look at that. I don't know. So put yourself in the mind of the buyer. If your buyer's looking at your property and you're trying to sell it for 50 and they see similar properties nearby listed for 10 grand less, you're going to look like an idiot. You want your property, when you list it, to be the cheapest property out there. That's the most important step in making offers. Pricing it aggressively so your property sells the fastest. It gets the most interest, the most calls. You should know within 1 or 2, maybe 2 to 4 weeks, whether you have a good deal or not. The market will tell you. If you're not getting any calls in 2 to 4 weeks, you've got a bad deal. You need to go back to the seller, cancel the contract, or renegotiate a lower price. Are you with me here? Are we on the same page? Are you picking up what I'm laying down? So important. This is going to save you tons of hassle and headache and embarrassment. Okay? Put yourself in the mind of the buyers. What price would get them so excited that they'll drop everything that they're doing and buy your property? So when you're looking at these comps, look at, okay, people are buying these things. Look at these pendings at 30 grand. You know what? I'm not that smart, but I think I'm going to list mine for 30 grand. Okay. I think I've made my point. I'm beating a dead horse. But I don't know why it's so hard to get this in people's heads. Don't try to sell. Well, Joe, Priced is one of the tools I use to comp property. Priced says I could offer this for 50. I could sell it for 50. I talked to 2 realtors and they said I could sell it for 50. What you want to price this thing aggressively. So this is how we make our offers. I'm going to zoom in real big here so you can see this. This is one of the most important things I teach when you're coming up with offers. You're going to sell it for what? It's 30 grand. I'm going to sell it for $125,000 per acre. When everything else is selling for $183,000 an acre, I'm going to sell mine for $125,000 an acre. John, do you get what I'm doing here? John gives me a thumbs up because he understands. What's our minimum profit on land deals, on wholesaling deals for houses or land? What's our minimum profit? $10,000. We're going to pay a realtor generous 10% commissions. We may not pay a realtor. We may be able to sell this on our own. One of the things that I like to teach my people to do is go to getinvestorbase.com. Getinvestorbase.com. And let's type, what's the address of this property we're looking at here? Well, let's find a neighbor's property here. Hold on. Sorry. I'm just looking here. Here you go. I'm going to get an address of a neighbor's property. Getinvestorbase.com. Type in the address. Let's do a 1 mile radius in the last year. Land only. And I'm not going to skip trace the results because YouTube will remove this video from YouTube if it shows personal information. But if you can click right here, skip trace, and it will give you all of the names, all of the phone numbers and emails of these owners. So getinvestorbase.com is going to show me who are all the investors in and around this area. Okay, that's not enough. I want more. So I'm going to go 2 miles. Keep it 1 year. So it gives me whether this is for houses or for land. Here you go. All right, so now I've got 33 results. These are investors. These are people that flip properties. Look at this one, bought it for 58. Let me move over here. Bought it for 58 and sold it for 330. So he built a new house on it. And if you skip trace the results right here, it'll give you the phone numbers and the addresses of that guy. And this guy's done a lot of this. He bought this vacant lot for 56, sold it for 322 after he built a house on it. He bought this one for, now he still owns it. He bought it in April of 24 for 55 grand. He's got 221 properties. Who is this guy? He's out of Alpharetta, Georgia. Maybe it's a hedge fund. I don't know. WJHFL. There's a DR Horton's buying some properties here. He bought this property, well, this company, 0.22 acres for 52.5. Is this good information to have? These are all the same guys. Grupo Santa Maria owns 6 properties. He bought this one, 0.16 acres for 56. So this is really cool. Now you can download all of this information. And again, if you check mark the skip trace, it gives you the phone numbers and the mailing addresses. And you can just call them all and say, hey, I've got another property here. Would you be interested in it? I see you bought this one for 54 grand. I'll sell you mine for 30. So why am I telling you all that? Because you may not need to pay a realtor any commissions. But guess what? That's just going to make you, instead of making 10 grand, you're going to make 13 grand. But I always figure I'm going to pay a realtor generous commissions, 10%. I'm going to borrow private money, maybe $2,000 on this deal. I'm going to have an oops factor. You know, I want to get maybe $1,000 oops factor. By the way, if you partner with me on deals, and you can do that if you're one of my students, I have a title company in Florida that we only pay $500. Right? So boom, there you go. This is how I come up with my offers. It's just a simple formula. It's not ARV times 70%. Try to figure out repairs minus this, minus that, blah, blah, blah. It's just, all right, I'm going to price it aggressively. I'm going to sell it for 30 grand, subtract my profit, subtract realtor commissions. If I want to give the realtor a bonus, subtract private investor, subtract an oops factor, subtract photos, subtract back taxes, subtract closing costs, and bam, there you go. That's my offer. Now, in some markets, I used to just offer 25% or 30%. But now I can get away with offering a little bit more using this. All right, and general rule of thumb is you don't want to offer more than 50%. You with me here? So I'm going to offer $11,500. I'm going to sell this property for 30 grand. Now, remember, this property we were looking at here is listed for, let's write this one right here. It's listed for $63,000. And Joe, you're telling me I should offer $11,000? Yeah, I am. Now listen, we're not in this business to make friends. I'm probably going to make this realtor and this landowner, really mad. But I don't care. I'm not in this business to make friends. Why do you think it's been on the market for 528 days? It's overpriced. So when I'm talking to this realtor, I'm going to ask her, I say, listen, I'm an investor and I buy land. I'm just looking at this thing thinking, what on earth? These properties that are similar in size are selling for 30 grand. These are a bunch of pendings for 25 and 30. I could buy right now a similar property for 40. How negotiable is the seller on their price? Because I'm going to need to be probably around 10, to be honest. I'm looking at solds here in the last year. There's properties that sold for, geez, Louise, 22 grand, 33 grand. I need to make a profit on this thing. So how negotiable is the seller on their price? By the way, if you go to my YouTube channel, do a search for this good-looking guy here, Joe McCall. Go to my channel right here. Go to videos. And one of the best videos I've done that I keep on referring a ton of people to right here is Watch Me Call Realtors Live. So just go to the YouTubes and do a search. Oh, these ads. Publishing.com. Skip. All right. Watch Me Call Realtors Live. And in this, I actually walk through a script. These ads. I have another. I need to. Okay, anyway. So I have a script here on what to say to realtors and how to talk to them. And I'd show you how to, I actually call a realtor live here. I've got him on the phone. Yeah, see there, I'm holding the phone. I'm talking to him. And the cool thing about this, when you do it right, when you're making offers, is I don't necessarily care about the property that I'm calling them about. I'm going to be asking them, do you have any other off-market properties? Do you have any other deals where the seller, the client, the owner might be motivated and can sell at a discount? I'll pay you 10% commissions. And so this particular seller, this particular realtor that I talked to said, yeah, I've actually got another property here. And I walked through this property and they were asking, I think, $16,900 for it. And he actually told me the seller would accept $10,000. That was still more than I wanted to offer. But yeah, I got the seller down just by asking the realtor. I got the price down from $16,900 to $10,000 just by talking to the agent. Imagine if you talked to 5 of these realtors a day. So just watch this video. If you want a link to this video, just type in the comments, Joe's Realtor video, and I'll send you a link to that, okay? Joe's Realtor video. And if you want the realtor script, just type in realtor script in the comments and I'll send that to you as well. Are you guys with me here? I've been going a long time and I feel like I've been touching on a lot of different things, and I think this is really important. How do you evaluate properties? It all starts with understanding you need to be always making offers. Okay, that's what I talked about at the beginning here. If I go back to my mind map, always be making offers. Those are the important things. That's the most important metric in this business. How many offers have you guys made in the last week? And this is why in my business completion challenge, I want to make sure that you have a safety net, as it were. You can make offers knowing that if they gets accepted, great, I'll partner with you on a deal. But if it gets rejected, so what? You get 50 rejections. You make 50 offers after you go through my program. I'll refund all of your money. Cool? Listen, I'm going to, I got one more thing I want to share with you, but I am dying of thirst, and this is empty. Oh, shoot. I just spilled. It kind of is empty. I'll be right back because I got to get something to drink, and I have a bottle of water downstairs. So hold on 1 second. Please don't go anywhere. Hold on. Oh, I got my water and I'm out of breath. Huh. All right. So would it be all right with you? Man, I don't know what happened. I got out of breath so fast. Would it be all right with you if I shared with you how you can get access to my course? Would that be all right with you? Just give me a thumbs up or yes. Let me know. I'm just going to talk about it for about five minutes, because I know a lot of you are interested in it. And in my course, I really break down detailed step-by-step instructions on how to find these deals. How to find these deals. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the chat here. How to pick the right markets, what to send to the sellers, how to talk to the sellers, how to evaluate the deals, how to make offers, how the paperwork and the contracts all work. And then I talk about how to market and advertise the property, where to get the money from. So I cover this all in my program. It's called Simple Land Flips. And it's not cheap, but you get your money back when you complete the program. And I'm the only guy who teaches and sells information products like this that gives you the money back when you complete the program. Some of the guys will say, and I'm not knocking anybody else, but they'll say, hey, listen, if you do a deal, give me a testimonial, I'll refund your money. I don't care if you don't even do a deal. If you just complete my program, show me that you've made at least 50 offers. Even if they all get rejected, I'll refund your money. I'm going to pay you to complete the program and change your life forever. Why would I do that? It's real simple. For three reasons. Number one, it's one of the ways that I do deals. Some of you, I'm going to teach you how to find deals. And if you bring them to me, I will partner with you on the deal. I'll fund the deal and I'll split the profits with you. So I want to do more land deals. That's why I'm doing all of this content and selling these courses and stuff like that. Okay. That's number one. Number two, I want to invest in people that take massive action, because I know if you're happy, you'll be a fan for life. You might buy something else I sell. You might sign up for coaching or something like that. You might sign up for software that I have and whatever. But if you're happy, you're going to recommend me to other people. So we all win. To date, I've refunded over $620,000 in business completion challenges. And my goal is to refund $1 million. Okay. So good. I've got at least one yes here from John Clements. Cool. And I've got in my Zoom here, I've got some more people. So I have these slides here. I just want to review kind of what's in my program real quick here. And I'm going to go through these slides really quick. I got still so much to share, but I've already been going for an hour and 45 minutes. Let me just try this here. I'm going to go to preview mode. That there. PowerPoint. Okay, so I think this will work. See my screen? Okay, so I've got this program called the Simple Land Flips program. And it's a 6-module implementation program where I'm going to help you do this with you and do it for you. And I'm going to personally help you set all of this up, hold you by the hand step by step, and help you start your own land investing business from scratch, okay? The way my program works is I release these videos, these modules every single week, and together we're going to start at the very beginning and go through the entire process, all right? The first module is Fast Start Guide. I'm going to show you from 30,000 foot view. You're going to understand the whole process from a higher elevation, and you could actually start doing the marketing, picking your markets right on week 1. Week 2, and by the way, in my programs, I don't do it where like you get just a portion of it, and then you have to buy the next upgrade to get the rest of it. That's BS. I don't do that. You get my full complete program. Okay, I don't have anything else to upsell you after this. Week 2, we're going to cover how to pick the right markets, setting up your systems, making offers, due diligence, and selling the deals. Okay. I've got a bunch of my course, by the way, on my website. If you were to go there to joemccall.com, I sell it on my website for $4,997. And if that sounds expensive, it is. But it's not less than that. Now, if I were to do coaching one-on-one, I wouldn't charge a penny less than $25,000 for one-on-one coaching. So if I were to teach you how to make $5, $10 grand a month consistently doing vacant land deals, that's $60,000 to $120,000 a year. Is $4,997 worth it? Yeah, of course it is, right? So if you're willing to invest in yourself today, I'm willing to invest in you, and I'm going to discount my product $3,500. And so I'm going to give you a link in just a minute. You can get it for $14.97 or sign up. You can have PayPal pay for it and pay PayPal later, okay? Now, I have 2 guarantees when you sign up for my program. Number 1, if you just follow along for the first 30 days, if it's not a fit for you for any reason, just contact my support team. We'll give you a 100% refund. You got 30 days to go through it. But this is where things get really interesting, okay? Believe it or not, my goal isn't to sell you a training program, and I'm going to prove that to you right now. My ultimate goal is to turn you into a successful real estate investor where we can do deals together. So I'm going to show you what to do in my program, but in order to reach your goals of making money, you got to take action, right? You can't drive a parked car. You need to take massive action. So that's why I developed my business completion challenge. So I'm confident you're ready to get started. You're serious about learning the skill set and you're ready to take action, or you still wouldn't be here, right? So I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to offer you a business completion challenge. If you follow along with the program, if you set up the marketing, the systems like I'm going to show you how to do, click by click, once your land business is complete and you've made at least 50 offers at any time over the next 6 months from when you start. Now, if you're like, Joe, it's summer vacation right now or whatever I'm on, if you want to start in a month, that's fine. Let my team know you have 6 months from when you start to go through my program and make 50 offers. And when you do, let my team know, show us what you've done, and I will send you a check for the entire cost of my program. Are you serious? In other words, I'm going to pay you to finish my program and change your life forever. But you've only have a few hours to take me up on this offer, okay? Now, why am I doing this? I want to do more deals. Simple. Selling this program is one of the ways that I do deals. I want to reward people who take action. And I know that if you finish the class, you're probably going to be doing deals. And I'm not promising or guaranteeing anything. But I know that I'll have made such a massive impact on your life that you'll be a raving fan and a customer of mine in the future, okay? So this means that doing things like this business completion challenge means that I'm going to get more testimonials, build more goodwill in the industry, and I'm actually going to be helping people. So from my point of view, this is an investment in my most valuable asset, you guys, my customers. So that means there's literally no way you can lose here. None. There's no way. No way you can lose here. Okay? At a bare minimum, you've got 30 days to go through this program. Go through it risk-free. Complete the class. If you make 50 offers, if they all get rejected, I will give you all of your money back, even if Okay? Even if none of them get accepted. Now, that's how much I believe in the Simple and Flips program. This is the absolute biggest no-brainer offer that I've ever created in the history of offers. Now, what do you need to do to complete the challenge? Number one, go through the modules, set up your systems, report on your numbers every week in our private community, the Inner Circle. Show me that you've made at least 50 offers and give us a video testimonial. That's it. Now, some of you are like, I don't believe you, Joe. Really? Okay, so check this out. I'm going to try to hold on 1 second here. Hopefully I can get this to work. Okay, I think this will work. I'm just kind of moving things around because this is one of my favorite parts of the webinar. Okay, you don't believe me? Check this out. I'm going to take a drink of water while I'm clicking the cursor. These are people who have completed my business completion challenge and gotten a refund for their going through my course. These are different programs I've offered. They're not all Simple Land Flips programs, but most of them are. Probably 85, 90% are my Land Flips program. A lot of these guys, that Eric Lunsford right there on the left, he's still doing deals today, and he helps me coach other clients. Are you kidding me? Oh, my finger's getting tired by pushing this cursor so much. And this is only part. I've not even done all of them. There's still a ton more. Okay, Joe. Come on. I'm almost done. Now listen, this is an old slide. I've given over now to date, over $600,000 in course completion challenge refunds. My goal is to give $1 million. Listen, my goal is really simple. My philosophy is simple. If I can't make you money, then I don't deserve yours. But don't make this decision today, all right? Just try it out. Worst case, put it on a credit card, make that decision in 30 days. You either complete the class and get your money back. You don't even have to do a deal. Just make some offers. Or you can go through the class in a few weeks, and if you don't like it, just let us know. Now, what if there was a way you didn't actually have to pay for the program yourself? What if you could have PayPal financing pay for it, and then let me pay your PayPal bill after you complete the program? What do you think? So there is, on this page I'm going to give you in a minute, a PayPal button where you can test it out for 6 months, let PayPal pay for it, and then let me pay your PayPal bill after you complete the course. If you qualify, depends on your credit and PayPal and all that, but you can get 6 months, no interest, small payments. So click on the PayPal later button on this checkout page right here. joemccall.com/SLF. joemccall.com/SLF to sign up right now. And I have some bonuses I've not even talked about yet that are going to blow your socks off. Now, some of you are saying, Joe, is it really all that easy? Well, the answer is no, it's not. It's not. There are some giant roadblocks that you're going to be facing if you try to do this on your own. Now, I've got a lot of good YouTube videos out there, but there's some big roadblocks that you're going to be facing again if you try to do this on your own. And I'm trying to save you a bunch of hassle and headaches. Okay, so listen, pay attention here. Number one, you got to make sure you're selecting the right markets. Okay, if you select the wrong markets, you're going to be wasting a ton of time and a ton of money on marketing. Number two, you got to make sure you set up all the right stuff, the tech stuff, okay, the quote-unquote techie stuff. There's some software that I use. Some of it I showed you on this webinar, on this video. Some of them I haven't yet. But if you don't set it up right, you're going to mess it all up. What if we could just set it up for you? Now, another big giant roadblock is getting the money to buy the deals or proving that you actually have access to the money. What if you use my money to buy these deals? What if you use my proof of funds to buy these deals? Would you be interested? Would that help you at all? All right, check this out. The other big roadblock is pulling the right lists of sellers and sending the right letters. If you don't pull the right list, you could screw it up if you don't set it up right. I just talked to a client the other day who didn't do what I told him to do and sent a bunch of letters. He still got leads, but he didn't get as many as he could have because the formatting of the letter was kind of all screwed up. Well, what if we just did it for you? What if we actually set up your first direct mail campaigns for you? Would that be helpful at all? The other big roadblock is, how do you know if you have a good deal or not? What if you make an offer on the deal, kind of like what we talked about today, and I just don't know. What if the seller accepts your offer and you're like, I don't know if this is a good deal or not. Did I make a mistake? Well, what if we could review your deals? What if I did a weekly coaching call where I review all of your deals? What if I actually partnered with you on the deals and I lent you the money? Here's the thing. If I wouldn't lend you money on the deal, you probably shouldn't be doing it. The other big roadblock is having kind of what we're going through all here is not having a good mentor. You need somebody in your corner to hold your hand and help you through this process. And that's why I created this program, so I could actually help you, mentor you, without charging you $10,000, $25,000, $30,000, $50,000, which for some reason people charge and pay for coaching, which just irks me. You should not be paying $25,000, $30,000 for some of these coaching programs. Now, there are coaching programs, maybe that is a good choice, but I don't charge anywhere near that. My course is $1,500, $1,497. JoeMcCall.com/SLF. Right? Now, back to my slides. Remember that first roadblock, selecting the right counties? Well, what if I gave you a list of the top 50 counties in the United States where, you know what, just pick one of them, right? My team has spent hours and hours doing all the research for you, and this is only available for people in my Inner Circle Simple Land Flips program, okay? The second roadblock is setting up all the tech stuff. Well, what if we set up everything for you inside of FreedomSoft? FreedomSoft is our main CRM that we use. We're going to set up all your web voicemails, your phone numbers, the direct mail, the lists, the websites, the campaigns. We'll do it for you. Would that be fair? And you're going to actually get 12 months of tech support from my virtual assistants. And you don't have to use FreedomSoft if you don't want, but if you do, we'll set it up all for you. Now, the other big roadblock is funding. Where are you going to get the money to buy these deals? What if the seller or the realtor asks for a proof of funds? Well, I will fund your deals. We also have people in my community that will fund your deals. We provide free transactional funding. We charge $0 for our transactional funding. If you need just 1 day transactional funding, if you need to close it on double close on the A to B, so you can sell it on the B to C side, double close, right? We provide you free transactional funding. Are you kidding me, guys? Do you know how much that normally costs? That's going to cost you anywhere from like $1,000 to $3,000 on a deal if you were to go through it the normal way. But with my program, you get free, unlimited transactional funding for your deals. Now, the deal has to be less than $600,000. But I'm not going to teach you how to find those kinds of big deals. Cool. We don't charge you anything for that, and you may not even need to use money using my special assignment method. I'm also going to give you free proof of funds letters. Free proof of funds letters. Now, the other big roadblock was pulling the right seller lists, making sure you're sending the right letters. Well, guess what? Guess what? This is so cool. If you're a member of my Inner Circle, I'm going to give you 5,000 free buyer and seller lists for free every month. And we will do your direct mail marketing for you. We'll set them up for you. You just set the budget, tell us how much you want to spend. And we have a lot of vendors that we work with that will give you huge discounts. And you can, if you don't want to do direct mail, you want to do cold calling, we can help you with that as well. Now, the fifth giant roadblock is not knowing whether you have a good deal or a bad deal, right? I have a software called the Land Offer Generator Pro. I didn't even cover this. Maybe I should have. Next time I do this class, maybe I will. But it's a software. It's like having me look over your shoulder and tell you what to offer on these properties, okay? It'll analyze your deals and give you multiple offers to give to sellers for houses and for land. But it's going to tell you, all right, based on this information you put in there, and I'll show you how to do all of this, you should offer this on the property. And then guess what? Click this button and it'll fill out the contracts for you and it'll give you the letter. So all you need to do is put in the numbers. It'll give you the cover letter and the contract and you just send it to the seller. My team will also, when you get a deal under contract or anytime you request it in our community, we'll give you 10 free comp reports and 10 free due diligence reports every month. These reports, they include active comps, sold comps, owner information, zoning information, suggested offer amount, etc., etc. Cool? And if that wasn't enough, this is so cool. Nobody else does this, guys. For the price, they'll do it for a $15,000 coaching program. I do weekly. Now, I don't outsource my coaching to some third-party sales floor in Utah that gets some kind of 3-inch thick binder and pays somebody $15 an hour to do coaching. You get me. And every week I do what's called office hours. I just changed the name of these calls to deals, deals, deals. Every week I review your deals. And I tell you, hey, this is what I should offer, what you should offer, this is what I would offer, blah, blah, blah. It's fantastic. And you can go through all of the archives as well to see what I offer on all these deals. Of all the coaching calls that I do, these are some of the best. I get the best feedback from that, okay? Now, the big roadblock number 6 is not having the right mentor. I personally do myself 2 weekly group coaching calls a week. One of them is the deals, deals, deals calls. And I also do another call where I answer all of your questions. And if you can't make it live, you can submit your questions in advance. All these calls are recorded and I answer all your questions there. Okay. We also have a private mastermind that you can network and do deals with each other on. Okay. And you also get a special accountability coach. My assistant, Dana, who's been with me for 12 years or more, she is my accountability coach, and she does such a good job with holding our members, if you want it, it's not required, to just be accountable to your goals, and she's great. And you're also going to get 12 months of email support with any technical issues that you have. So when you get my program, not only am I going to teach you how to do land flip deals from A to Z, not only am I going to give you all your money back when you complete the program and make 50 offers in 6 months, I'm going to give you all of these bonuses. I'm going to give you the free hot markets to show you the top 50 counties in the United States. We've already done the research for you. We're going to set up all your marketing and your systems for you. I do weekly coaching calls. I do weekly deal review calls. We have a private network mastermind. It's our community. I just interviewed this lady, Rhea. She lent money to another member in the community. That guy made $15,000. She got 30% of the profits. So there's a bunch of opportunity in there to, maybe you don't want to do the deals. You just want to lend the money. Maybe you want to do the deals and you want to borrow the money. Maybe you don't have any money for marketing, but you can help other people who do have the money for marketing, but don't have the time. So we do a lot of deals together in the group. I will fund your deals for you and JV with you if you want. You don't have to JV with me on a deal, but listen, don't worry about the money. If you've got a good deal, I will fund it. I just had a call earlier today from a lady named Amy. Hold on, my daughter just messaged me here. Okay, she's at youth group. She just messaged me. She'll be done at 10 p.m. What are they doing at 10 p.m. at youth group at church? They actually have a water park at our church just for this week, and so they're playing in the water park. All right. Anyway, yeah. So I will fund your deals. And here's the cool thing about this: if you have a deal, and I don't want to fund it, it's probably not a good deal. And so this could be like a filtering mechanism for you, right? I'll tell you, hey, that's not a good deal, right? Like there was actually one guy recently, I forget his name. He gave me a deal and I said, this is such a good deal. I feel bad for partnering with you on it because all you need to do is make a couple phone calls and you could quickly assign this thing and make $10,000 assignment fee. And he's like, okay, thanks, Joe. And he hung up, and he told me a couple weeks later, Joe, thank you so much. That was awesome. All I did was call these people that you told me to call. And I just assigned my deal to them and made $10,000 assignment fee. Right? That I get a kick out of that. I love doing that. So yeah, I'll fund your deals if you want. You don't have to partner with me on your deals. The other thing is I'm going to give you free proof of funds letters, and I'm going to give you free transactional funding for your deals. I'm also going to give you up to 5,000 free buyer and seller lists a month. I have a software called First Deal CRM. If you don't want to use FreedomSoft, you can use my CRM. I also have another software called Land Offer Generator. And then finally, I have a business completion challenge. If you go through my course, you get all your money back. All you have to do is make 50 offers in 6 months. Again, go to joemccall.com/SLF. joemccall.com/SLF. Okay, I got one more fast action bonus for you. Guys, if you sign up this week, today's the 17th. I'm not going to offer this if you sign up later. I'm not going to guarantee it, but I love doing this. After you go through the program, you can schedule a one-on-one call with me. What? My other fast action bonus is actually this implementation fast track, and this is a special class that I get. But you'll get that. You'll get a recording of it. But this is the big one here. If you sign up this week, right now, you'll get after you go through the program, you can schedule a one-on-one call with me. This is so important. I love doing these calls because I want to review the markets that you're in. Okay. One of the first things I teach you in the course is how to create a marketing plan. And I want to review the markets you've picked, the counties that you're in. And let's look at, okay, what's your marketing plan? I might tell you, yeah, making $100,000 a month, that's a great goal, but you're not going to do that by only sending 500 postcards a month. You need to do something else. So I want to review your marketing plan. I want to review the markets that you've chosen. So after you go through the 6-week program, contact my team. You can schedule a one-on-one call with me. How does that sound? I'm gotten out of focus there. Is that cool? Yes, I think so. I'm going to personally review your markets, your business setup, answer any questions you might have, help you where you might be stuck, help you overcome any roadblocks you might be having, etc. So here we go. This is it. I want you guys to go to joemccall.com/SLF. And if somebody can just do me a favor and type that link in the YouTube comments, joemccall.com/SLF. And let's see if we have this in there. So a lot of you guys are asking me about in the Zoom chat. I apologize for the time zone discrepancies. There was a problem and I don't know why. So my apologies, guys. I'll make sure it's fixed the next time. I tried to set it up where it was 7 p.m. Central Time, but I might have done it where it was something different. So anyway, apologize about that. Those were the Zoom people. And how are we doing right now on YouTube? All my YouTube freaks. Oh, look at this. Mr. Mini Split. I've been watching you for a couple weeks. Out of everyone I've seen, you seem the most genuine. Thanks. I'm going to sign up with you. I need help with marketing and building systems. Let's go. I love it. REI trainer. Amazing. Thank you. Oh, look at this. Thank you, Moises. Moises. That's a cool name. I've been following Joe forever. Great mentor. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, tons of comments here, but let me just review this. We'll wrap it up. And, again, if you are on my list, I'm going to start doing these master classes every week, where every week I'm going to be tackling different problems and questions that you have. But I am not embarrassed or ashamed at all to make you this pitch, make you this offer for my Land Flips program, because there is nothing else like it out there right now. And I want to help more people because I want to do more deals with you. So if you go to joemccall.com/SLF, this is what you're going to get. SLF stands for Simple Land Flips. You're going to get my complete program, 6 modules on how to flip vacant land. It's not when you sign up, you're going to be upsold into something else. Okay. You get it all. How to do deals from beginning to end. It's not like you get just 3 of the 4 wheels in a car. You get the whole program. I sell this program for $49.97 on my website. You just go to joemccall.com, look it up. I'm going to knock 70% off. I'm also going to give you the 6-month business completion challenge. If you complete the program within 6 months from when you start, just show me that you've made 50 written offers. You get 100% of your investment back. Now, let me say something too about those offers. Those can't be blind offers. You can make 50 blind offers in an hour. That's good, but to comply with the business completion challenge, these are offers in response to people who raised their hand and said, yeah, I want to sell my vacant lot, make me an offer. Okay. So 50 offers in response to somebody that you talk to or somebody that calls you and says, yeah, I'll sell my property. Now you're also going to get these bonuses. A lot of these bonuses, almost all of them actually, are in my Inner Circle program, which is $97 a month. Worth every single penny. I should be charging 3 times that. But you're going to get my Inner Circle program for free for 60 days. And in there, we're going to do your marketing for you. We're going to set up your systems for you. I do weekly group coaching calls. I do weekly deal review calls. We have a private community where you can network and do deals with each other. We give you free comp reports and due diligence reports. We give you private funding for your deals. If you need transactional funding, we don't charge you anything for that. I give you free proof of funds letters. We'll buy your deals, sell your deals, partner with you on your deals. We give you 5,000 free buyer and seller lists every month. If you don't want to use FreedomSoft, you can use my First Deal CRM, which is very, very simple and free. I also have an automated offer pro software that's just like having me look over your shoulders, helping you analyze deals. And if you sign up right now, you're also going to get an implementation workshop, a special workshop that I'm going to do. I'm going to give you access to the recordings of that. And you get to schedule a one-on-one call with me, yours truly, a one-on-one call with me if you sign up right now. Okay. joemccall.com/SLF. joemccall.com/SLF. Cool. If you have any questions, there's a phone number right there. Text or call that number. Nobody probably won't answer right now, but 636-249-1510. Send a text, leave a message. We will get back to you tomorrow. Sometimes people want to split it up onto 2 cards or something like that. But 636-249-1510. Cool? All right, let's wrap this up. This has been a great class. It's been a lot of fun. I really appreciate you guys. Let's wrap it up. Okay? Until next time, I appreciate you guys very, very much. Thank you so much. Again, joemccall.com. There it is. joemccall.com/SLF. I look forward to working with you guys. Take care. All right. Bye-bye.